Hey guys, it's Allison with Farrow Roots Farms. Excuse me, super sweaty. We are back inside for a quick break, and what are we doing today? We are building our asparagus bed. Words are hard. Okay, we're building our asparagus bed. Now, if you have seen my broad fork video, you know that we don't have a space prepared for this asparagus. This is our, we've been at this house less than a year, and all of our raised beds are used up with annuals, but I ordered on a whim, like so many of us do, 5 more raspberries, which we already have 2 different kinds of raspberries, and a bunch of blackberries. But you know what? We're trying to start a food forest in 1 year. You want to get those edible perennials in the ground your first year or as soon as possible, right? Good job, sweetie. My daughter in the background, being a sweetheart. And so I ordered 25 asparagus crowns. Kind of forgot, did not get a spot prepared. Also, toddler mom. And so now we broad forked an area, and I am putting those asparagus crowns in the ground and digging it up. Oh, there's a little male cardinal hanging out on the porch. Hi, buddy. And I am, she likes hugging birds. I'm trying to dig it up as fast as possible and planting that asparagus in the ground. So besides the idea of you want to get your edible perennials in, not just if you're doing a food forest or whatever you want to call it, permaculture garden, cottage garden, grocery store garden, whatever you call it, right? I know, honey, I'm right here. Are you eating well? Yeah? Can you get another piece for me? Whatever you want to call it. But what I want to talk about today is especially the idea of planting edible perennials, because this came up. I've thought about this for, I think, a couple months, because, whenever there are large world events happening, and whenever there are things happening in your community, outside of your community, in your country, in your state, in your microcosm, right, that are alarming. A lot of people, especially in 2020 and those surrounding years, a lot of people turn to their gardens, turn to their communities, turn to more local produce, dairy, etc., whatever you could get, right, from your neighbors and friends and the farmers that were close to you. That was such a rise, right? I think we all saw that, right? So one of the things, we all saw the importance of that, right? So I had commented on a video, I think, this was like months ago, right? That, this is such a great time to plant strawberries, to plant berry bushes, to plant small, semi-dwarf fruit trees, what have you, and again, everyone's situation is different. I always have to put that caveat, I understand. I've lived many different places. I've rented, I've had multiple roommates. Now we own our home, and I understand that's not everyone's situation, but in regards to even just having strawberry plants in a cloth planter on your porch, right? Those strawberry plants, most varieties, will put off runners and create more strawberry plants. And brambles, those put off more brambles. And you can, expand that area, you can share with people. And so I think there is something to be said for looking to the future, right? For having hope. And mind you, before I became a parent, I really didn't have too much hope, for the future. Yes, ma'am, that's right. I really didn't have. Oh, really? Can you eat a little more, please? You haven't eaten a lot of bread. Can you grab another piece, please? She's playing with her toothbrush. But, a lot of people, myself included, I'll be 36 this year. It's hard to have hope, and parenthood really helped me with that, but that's not the subject of this video. But, planting edible perennials and being able to look to the future and not just this now, I'm existing in this state of fear, which again is understandable, but to plant edible perennials is to hope, right? Is to say, hey, I believe that in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, etc., depending on what edible perennial you're talking about, asparagus and apple trees versus strawberries versus, blueberries versus blackberries versus raspberries versus rhubarb, they're all a little different, right? Don't want to get into semantics here, but you believe in hope. You believe in the future. My second part to that is that the way that a lot of these plants produce, and I've seen that in my own life very much recently, is that it produces so much. So a lot of people don't have the room for when these very mature plants put off so much. Like I've had friends reach out to give me rhubarb, reach out to give me potatoes because they ordered too big of a bag and they ran out of room. I have friends where like I have some just wild herbs, weeds that some people might call them. Yes, ma'am, you're so precious, that some people might call them, but medicinal, edible herbs in our garden I have that they don't have. And so we traded. Like I have a lot of violet. I have tons of violet that I'm going to give to a friend. And I have tons of motherwort that I'm going to give to a friend. I mean, I have like 10 plus plants that have just reseeded. I have probably 200 strawberry plants, and half of those I got for free from a friend for cleaning out her father's strawberry patch. Oh, good job, baby. And it's snack time. Yes, ma'am. What would you like, honey? Oh, hug time. Hold on. Okay, we just snacked on an apple. Okay, but where was I? So talking about, yes, I know, apples are so good. Oh, so tasty. But yeah, the abundance, right? The abundance that comes about when you have a mature patch of fill in the blank with your edible perennial. You okay, baby? Oh, a lot of apples. And that's also something to look to, right? Not only do you have the first part where you're waiting for, your harvest while these plants get established. And, a lot of people, right? You only have a few plants at first. We're very lucky at Estate now. And this was not always the case for the first, 4 or 5 years, like of gardening. And then we took like a year or two off. And then now this is our first garden in this home. But in our Tennessee garden, I mean, the first time we were just planting cuttings. We were planting directly in the ground. We couldn't afford soil. And we were getting free wood chip deliveries. We spread it over our front yard and backyard to just improve the soil and cut down on weed pressure. I've been there like years, probably that was a 4-year garden of just, doing what you can and sharing with people and growing as much as you can from seed because, aside from if you have a seed addiction, like some people, like 4 suitcases full now. Seeds can be growing stuff from seed. Yes, it takes longer, of course, but it's so much fun, right? You can get really kooky varieties that you may not see. Again, that's for another video, and that could be a tangent I go on. Yeah, Delilah's reminding me. That could be something I go on for like hours. But the point of this video, like I've been saying, is that when you plant edible perennials, you not only are thinking about, the future and you're having hope, right? You're having hope that there is going to be a future where you will enjoy these beautiful, just tasty, this variety of amazing stuff. Like I said, I mean, there's rhubarb and strawberry and fruit trees and nut trees and fruiting vines and, oh my gosh, like perennial tubers, strawberries, right? Your ground covers that get kind of low, asparagus, rhubarb. I mean, that's where I geek out, right? Like that's like edible perennial food forestry. Like that's where I get excited, and I could just, one day I wish to make it my career, like I wish to have like an edible food forest nursery, that's like super cold hardy, especially for where I live now. I think, thinking about that dream, just like food sustainability and bringing it more local and how important that is, and figuring out, how to help those around you, which leads again to planting edible perennials. You are looking to this hope, right? Where you are going to have so much abundance, so much overflowing abundance that you don't know what to do with. And yes, you can can and store and dehydrate. I know, right? I know. But the idea that, oh my gosh, I'm going to have so much that I can return the favor, or I can actually extend this bounty, this goodness, right? This hope for the future to the people that I love, or to the people maybe I don't know yet, to my neighbor I've never talked to, or someone that I met at the library, you know, because we were looking at the same gardening section, right? It opens up so many things. And like I said, I mean, we've been in this community a little over 2 years and trading plants with people. And I can't think of a better, hold on, to make sure my daughter's still just chewing on the apple. And okay. I can't think of a better thing. I mean, it truly lights up my soul. It lights up, it feels good, right? In my heart. It feels good in my mind and in my body to think that way, because I'm becoming a participant. I'm not gonna well up, but I'm becoming a participant in my life, and my life is intertwined with those around me. And so, you know, you're not alone on this island, right? Anyway, I hear my husband coming in for his lunch break. My daughter got very excited, but I've been talking long enough. Thank you guys for listening, and I'd love to hear your thoughts below, or hey, especially what your edible perennials, my very hardworking husband, who, if he could be outside and his job could be the garden, he would as well, but he works a remote job, thankfully. But yeah, if you have a favorite edible perennial, maybe I haven't planted it yet, so selfishly, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, if there's an edible perennial that you haven't tried growing in your zone, or that you would like to know more about, especially if you live in a cold, hardy place, or maybe a desert climate, please comment below. I have done some videos. I'll try to tag them. Is that what people say? Try to tag them? I don't know. And where I talk about some of our favorite gardening books. And there's some that focus on food forestry, edible perennials, permaculture, that sort of thing. But anyway, I'm going to shush. Thank you guys for listening. Again, this is Allison with Feral Roots Farm. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening, wherever you are, however you are. See you guys. Bye-bye. Also, stay tuned for some of our adorable edible perennials that we just planted this year on our property, as well as me finally finishing up the asparagus bed today. Did it in one day. And watering it in. So it just looks so good. I'm really, really proud. But anyway,